What do you feel is going to be the impact of a Barack Obama presidency?
Well, that's a good question, and I gave a talk right in the aftermath of the elections in November, and in that talk I very carefully crafted my comments and analysis to indicate, one, that the significance of Obama being elected, I think, represented a shift in consciousness, not only on the part of African Americans and Latinos and other people of color and national minorities in this country, and women and working class people, but also the country as a whole. Even some whites, the fact that they were even willing to break that barrier of historic racism and prejudice to vote for an African American. However, at the same time, the base of people that put him in want some change, even fundamental change in this country, away from militarism, away from classism, away from racism and sexism, away from political and ideological intolerance, and to create a new image of the United States, both domestically and internationally. However, at the same time, that's not going to happen unless there's a movement that's well organized, that's broad-based, that can make some fundamental changes, in the structure of the United States. And I don't think he can do that. I don't think his administration can do that. I think it raises the level of contradictions to a new level. When he gets in, he's going to be faced with monumental tasks. He has a war in Iraq, another war and occupation in Afghanistan, in Somalia, what's going on there, that's a U.S.-backed occupation of that country. Now with the situation in Palestine escalating, he's going to inherit all of this, and he's not going to be able to resolve these issues based upon the people he has in his administration, the fact that his base within the Democratic Party is not reflected in the state apparatus of this country. So it's going to be more of business as usual, and that's just going to fuel the frustration and tension on the part of people in this country. And I think there's a serious threat of his administration being totally dead in the water. The economic, political, and social crisis in this country is escalating at such a rapid rate that the fact of him being elected and overcoming that historical barrier of racism is not going to be adequate to even address the questions that he's going to have to face as the head of state in the number one country in the world that's perceived by most people throughout the planet as being imperialist, as being colonialist, as being racist, as being militarist. So in my opinion, even though I think it's a monumental achievement, his administration is not going to be able to solve the problems. And I think he's mistakenly brought in people from the Clinton administration, some holdovers from the Bush administration, who are not his people. Socially, they don't represent the base, the core base of the people that put him in. And as a result of that, they're not going to be able to address the problems. There's no way in the world Hillary Clinton can address the current crisis right now between Israel and Palestine, the Israeli bombing of Gaza that's killed about 400 people already, injured hundreds of others, just with total impunity. And he has people like Hillary Clinton, Rahm Emanuel, in his administration.
Hawks.
Yeah, right, and they're pro-Zionists, pro-Israeli, and we know that even most Jewish people around the world do not support what the state of Israel is doing vis-a-vis its policy towards the Palestinians, and we know the emotions that it evokes throughout the international community, that they do not support what Israel is doing. They support the liberation and the creation of a Palestinian state. So, yeah, I think he's not going to be able to achieve solving any real fundamental problems in this country.
No.